guys, Creative Lauri here, welcome. Well, I just wanted to get on here and show you how I'm utilizing my bulk food bank items. And so you'll be seeing 2 meals for today. I did some prepping ahead of time. So I cooked some of that broccoli ahead of time, and then I made some spinach pesto also ahead of time. So anyways, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am newer to the food bank hauls. I'm loving it. I wish I had gone sooner, and I would love to link my videos, but I no longer have a laptop, so you can't link videos anymore. Like in the iCards, when I would say, oh, it's up in the iCards or at the end of this video, but I can definitely actually put some particular videos in the description box so you can see them that way. So I hope you will stick around, but for today we're just going to dive on in. And I made myself ahead of time some broccoli, like I said. So I did a bunch of broccoli, and I kind of sauteed that a little bit because I had pre-steamed it. And then for today, I just put it in my skillet with a little olive oil, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of Himalayan pink salt. And then once it was all nicely heated up and kind of sauteed, I added in 2 eggs. So this was pretty much full. It's kind of a tall container. And then I added 2 eggs, which I did have to buy. So I was out of eggs, and I shared some with my dad, and then I told him he can go buy some eggs because they're just not. Actually, they did have eggs, but I didn't get them this time. I saw them, but I didn't get any. So I don't know if it's just meant for like a larger family, which I would. That makes complete sense, and which is fine. I don't really need eggs. I just like eggs. But for my dad, I want him to have some. So anyways, I went out and bought some eggs. But I used 2 eggs for this. So I have a whole nother half portion of this left for tomorrow's breakfast. But I'm going to have this, well, for brunch. And I just sprinkled in, once I put the eggs and everything with, and it looked really good already, but I wanted to add some more spinach. So you guys have seen my hauls, lots of vegetation. So I'm going to link 2 particular hauls in the description box below, and you can see how much bulk of this item, like salad, spinach, and broccoli and cauliflower that I got. So I just made a fresh cup of McCarthy coffee. So it's almost like half calf, but it still has caffeine in it. It's just brewed twice with the same grounds, basically. And then I am going to try this. Oh, so I did put a little bit of the grated Parmesan also from the food bank. My cats are making lots of noise. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more, just a smidgen. Trying to do this through the camera. Oh, crikey, that's a lot. And in one spot. And I got to put some Louisiana hot sauce, representing the family there. So let me do that with 2 hands. If you're wondering what that noise is in the background, that's my sweet little spaceship looking futuristic dehydrator. So I've got lemons in there today and a banana, mainly lemons. And I did parsley, more lemons. I've done a lot in there so far. So thank you again. You know who you are. Thank you so much. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to take a bite of this. I know it's going to be good. I haven't, tasted it yet, but I know the lighting. We finally have sun, you guys. Yay. Pardon me. When I heated up, sauteed the broccoli, it's almost like it got softer, which I don't normally like, but it just seems like there's more eggs in here because it has almost a similar consistency of a scramble, you know. So Yeah, it's very good. And the hot sauce and the grated cheese, of course, just makes it even that much better. One more bite. I just dropped a piece. Okay, now I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. Let me get a little sip of my coffee here. Ooh, that's hot, 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 hot. I'll just drink half of it. You guys know the drill. I only drink half a cup if I even make coffee. So I'm going to enjoy my lovely brunch. It's packed full of everything I need for today. It's going to be a very busy day. And then I'll come back with dinner. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. It's dinner time. I'm really hungry, but I also know that my eyes are bigger than my stomach. So what I made is everything from the food pantry, food bank, the spaghetti, the spinach, the pesto that I had pre-made, which I will show you here. So I pre-made this pesto. Isn't it beautiful how bright green it is? I made quite a bit, as you can see how high the level was. And I've been using it and freezing some of it. So I'm gonna have to freeze the rest because I don't think I'll be able to finish it off. I did a spinach pesto. Very good. I already had the walnuts, so that was on me, but I had them from a long time ago. And it turned out really nice. And then the lemons came from my tree. The oil I did have to buy, the olive oil, and then the garlic. But sometimes you have to buy some things in order to preserve your bulk food pantry, food bank foods, right? Anyways, it turned out lovely, I have to say. I have a heap of, oops, I got cut off. What I was trying to say was I have a heaping stack of pasta. I don't know if I can finish all of it, but I've already tasted it and it's really delicious. So everything came in this dish from the food bank, and even the cheese I put on top, which is this one. And I used quite a bit of it, I felt like, in the pesto I made, but I still have some left. So I don't know if I'll be able to finish the whole thing because I tend to eat the bigger salad with it, and I think that's a perfect balanced salad, and if you're going to have a major carb like that. So in my salad I have the spring mix, I have some spinach, and I have some shaved toasted almonds, which my friend gave to me back in October. I still have some left. They're still good and lovely. And then I'm going to put probably a little bit of vinegar and some of this raspberry light vinaigrette. Maybe I'll just put the vinaigrette, but I put very little. I didn't think I would like it, you guys. I got this from the food bank, or hauling it from the food bank. Really delicious. Didn't think I'd like it, but I do. It's really, really good. So for any of you who are wondering, and then I had put a little bit of the dried blueberries in here also. So that's my nice, beautiful salad that I'll be eating. And if I can't finish all of the pasta, that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice big bite of this. I already know how it tastes. It tastes pretty wonderful, I have to say. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a big, oh, it's too much. Let me pause, because otherwise I think I'm going to drop this, and that's a big bite. Let me try this. Yeah, that was a big bite. Oh, it's so good, you guys. I really hope you make, you can make pesto out of pretty much anything. Broccoli, spinach, basil. So that was really good, because I tend not to really like, I don't really like pasta that much. Now this is gonna be another big bite. Okay, I'm not gonna even attempt that. on camera, but I will say this is quite a lovely meal, and that's what I've been eating. So I have some more of this, and I can make more pasta with that, freeze it. So I have a very busy month actually. This will come in handy. And also, I'm going to be making some other things. I've made some other things in the past. I'll be putting those videos together, and I'll post them this week. Bye, you guys. I hope this gives you some inspiration of what you can make out of all of this that you might get in bulk from the food bank. Bye-bye. Enjoy your food. I will. I have been. Bye. Hello, me again. Okay, so this meal is basically a simple meal that I'm using most everything from the food bank. I forgot that I had some of these bagels. I first offered them to my tenants, but they didn't want them, so I did try them, and they were a little bit too tough to be given to the homeless. So I thought, okay, I'll just freeze them for now. And so I've just been slowly working on them, you know, one here, one there, or half of one. Yeah, they're a little bit more dry, but when you toast them, they're fine, because it being gluten-free. So I was totally happy with that, and they do really smell and have a lovely pumpkin pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice taste. Just spit it out, right? So I toasted it, and then I did put some cream cheese at the bottom, and then those little brown bits that you see is not bacon. It looks like bacon though. It's actually caramelized onions, and I will talk about the process there in a second. And then I put a fried egg on top, and that is my breakfast, rounded out with some coffee here. I'll only be drinking half of that, and I'm going to give it a taste. I've already tasted the onions, and they are amazing. So I didn't get a fork, and I probably should have. This is going to be very messy. Okay, I'm going to have to pause. Oh, wow. That was so good, you guys. You would think that would just be a weird combination with the pumpkin, what is it called? Pumpkin pie spice bagels. But it really has more of a bread-like taste to it. You really smell it, the spices, and it has a slight taste. I shouldn't say it really tastes. It had a slight taste of it. But with this combination with the cream cheese, that sourness, then the sweetness of those caramelized onions, I mean, they are delicious. Yes, I'm going to use my finger. Oh my gosh, you guys have to try this. Okay. So just, you know, take your odds and ends, make it into a meal. This would have been really good too, I think, with avocado and the caramelized onions. But I really have a lot to get done today, so I just wanted to make it simple. Now, I'm going to finish this really quick. Not that quick, but I'm going to eat it, and then I'll come back and show you how I did the caramelized onions. Okay, guys, so you know that I received a bunch of onions, red onions, which I was so happy for. Some of them started getting, you know how they get that dusty mold on the outside skin. So I just carefully peeled those off. I used gloves and took off anything that had mold on it, cut it off. And I always rinsed my knife in between cutting the onion, and then also rinse the onion itself. So I probably put about 6 onions in here, and I just chopped them. One second. So I'm going to link down below the recipe that I pretty much followed in the description box, because I cannot put videos well, this isn't my video, the one that I'm talking about. So never mind. Yeah, I'm just going to put it down in the description box. I'm a little congested this morning, but I know the onions will help. So I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. I mean, I have a lot of favorite YouTubers, and I'm going to mention her in another one soon. once I'm done talking about this. But um, so the one that I do like to watch, her name is Dumpster Cam. I've been watching her for quite a while, and it's funny because I didn't realize that she was watching the same person I was watching, and we both really got inspired. So we got inspired by this one other YouTuber that's been around a lot longer, and her name was Frugal Nista. And she used to go dumpster diving, not for food, but for decor pieces. And she would get like the most wonderful things. I don't even think she's dumpster diving anymore, but she still has a channel. And I think she just, I think she does, but she buys things on extreme clearance, and it's really a cool channel. I've always liked her a lot. Um, so she inspired me and Dumpster Cam, this other YouTube channel, which I'll also put down in the description box. And I'll try to put down the Frugal Nista. I just have to remember to put everything down there. So when I was staging, she inspired me to go dumpster diving. And I started to at one of the feral cat colonies, which I'm still staging, but you know, the market just doesn't really allow for it right now. But it is very few and far between. I'll just put it that way. But I started feeding these cats by this Goodwill drop-off center, and they would just throw things away. Goodwill, they would have too much of one thing, and they would just toss things every night. There was something new in there, and I started just pulling out pieces that were like large decor pieces. Things were like in bags, they were in boxes, they weren't unwrapped yet. They just tossed it, and I would just, you know, go through the dumpster. You know, I couldn't really get in it, but I would just take a little stepping stool and pull out some wonderful decor pieces. And that's how I supplemented when I was staging so regularly. I was just going through so many things that I couldn't keep up with it. I could no longer afford to buy at the stores that I was buying from. They were all used up at the time in like model homes or whatever. Okay, so things get tied up. So it's just kind of cool that we were both inspired by this other YouTuber. I'll link both of their channels down below, and I hope you can both check them out. But one of Dumpster Cam's, she dumpster dives for food. She had gone dumpster diving and found a bunch of onions. She loves onions like I do. And one of her subscriber, I've seen her before around at different places, and her name is Penny. I'm not going to say her last name in case she doesn't want me to say it, but she's really a sweet lady, and she always gives encouraging news and ideas and such. But she said you can make caramelized onions in a crock pot. And I thought, wow, that's a wonderful idea. And so I asked Cam, you know, I hope you're going to make it. I want to see how it turns out. And so she did a video. She just showed it like I'm going to be showing you. I'm not going to show the process because you can watch the video down below that I'm going to link. But I did 6 like smaller onions because I had to cut some of the pieces off. They were red onions. It called for a little bit of bouillon or broth at the base, which I used I used half of a vegetable bouillon with about a cup and a half of water, which I think I used too much water. It still worked out, but you know, I forgot that onions extract, you know, they'll be extracting a lot of liquid. So let me show you how it looks. And then I just added, it did not call for salt, but I did add a little bit of Himalayan salt, not much. And I forgot to mention, I was drinking my McCarthy coffee, like half calf. It's very good this morning. Okay, so let me show you. Oh, it was so good, you guys, on my breakfast sandwich. So like I said, a lot of times from the food bank, you get a lot of bulk items, and you see how liquidy it is, but that's actually fine. I can add this to soups. I can put it on my salads, sandwiches, so many things actually, like stuffed peppers on my eggs, whatever. Oh, it's so good, you guys. And you can see all the liquid. There's a lot of liquid, but that's very good for you anyways. And then you add butter and oil and you mix it up a few times. Well, I didn't have very much butter left. I had some of that vegan um, butter, and I just had like a small piece about that big, and I put that in there, and then the olive oil, and then I stirred it a few times, and I had it on high, and you're supposed to have it on low, and I went to bed. And then I smelled them in the morning, and I'm like, uh-oh, I forgot to put it on low. I was just trying to dissolve the bouillon cube, you know. But anyway, so it all worked out because I think I had extra water in there, so it didn't, like, you know, start burning or anything. But let me tell you, I have it on low now and I can turn it off. It's done. I just wanted to keep them warm, but oh my gosh, you guys, talk about amazing. It is so good. This would be great on Reuben sandwiches, grilled cheese. Oh, there's so many things you could do with this. So I'm going to take some to my father's house too, because I know he'll love them. And I'm just going, whatever we don't eat, like the juice, I might just drain off and put it in a soup. I can make French onion soup, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little tip that I learned from Dumpster Cam, who you'll have to go check out her channel, tell her I sent you, and who in turn found out by one of her lovely subscribers, Penny. So thank you, Penny and Cam. So I'm going to let this cool down, and then I'll store it away for many uses. I'll be back. All right, so the last thing I have to show you is I've been dehydrating, and I've been loving it, so thank you again. You know who you are. Thank you, thank you. I've been doing my lemons recently, more of them, and I think this one just was left in too long, but it's still beautiful. And I even do the little end pieces too, and if I cut like them too thin, I use them too, because I can always use it at my teas and whatnot. So I'm just going to store these away. These are the little tiny jars. And I had done the pesto in these jars also, but they're in the freezer right now, so I'm not going to get those out. But I have had a wonderful time making all these things. The second batch of pesto was equally as good. And I think they're not very consistent because I'm having to blend them in like my little mini fake bullet. So it's hard to get the ratio, but then I put it in a big bowl and then stir it up. But it's still wonderful, delicious. It's kind of like my hummus. It's the same way. It's never always the exact same. And I'm okay with that. But I hope you guys will, if you have bulk items, you can also use a toaster oven on very low setting to dehydrate. So I just don't, because my toaster oven uses way too much energy. So that's why I'm very happy that I received that beautiful dehydrator. And I would highly suggest, if you have a bunch of onions and you don't know what to do with them, to give this a try. Or if you want to make onion soup, French onion soup, or just caramelized onions for your family, I think they'll love it. So please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you will hang out with me a little more in the following videos. So I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Have a blessed day.